India and China have pulled back troops by at least 1 kilometre in the tense Galvan River Valley in eastern Ladakh. A buffer zone's now been created between the troops of both sides. This is what sources have indicated to NDTV today. Temporary structures that were built by the Chinese soldiers have also in fact been removed. Vishnu has the details.
That we are actually talking about Galwan to the right, hot springs to the right, and the Pangong Lake. In the hot springs and Galwan area, hot springs also in that area, there's a place called Gogra. These areas have seen some changes today, very important ones. Pangong, not really so far. But let's zoom in more and take a look at the next slide that we have over here. This is a very important picture because what you see over here is Galwan to the north, the hot springs area, Pangong to the south, and the yellow dots that you see are the actual Chinese build-up in this entire area. We've collated it with OSINT experts, satellite experts, to where they actually stand. In Galwan, they were right on the line of actual control. They have gone back from there. And as I mentioned, in Hot Springs and in Gogra, they've reduced tents, they've reduced men on the ground, but they haven't yet gone back. Their incursion in some of those areas, approximately a kilometre and a half. Let's go to the next image now and give you an idea of the Galvan Valley itself. This is important because if you look at the clash point that is clearly marked out, and then to the south of it is that 2 kilometre area, and between the clash point and that 2 kilometre area are a number of sites where the Chinese had positions. Those are areas which have been vacated mostly. More than 1 kilometre of the Chinese positions have been vacated. So let's also now look at some of the other areas. This is also specific to Galwan. Why is Galwan so important? This is where there was nothing other than one tent on the 22nd of May. But then, as you can see, the Chinese after this built up that area. This is all within Indian territory. Let's go from picture to picture to picture. This is the 16th of June, the next image on the 22nd of June, the next image on the 25th of June. The total incursion in this area, 423 meters. But as we've mentioned, they are going back. They've done so by more than a kilometer at this stage from Galwan. Let's take a look now at the other area that we are talking about. This image is from Gogra, that was further south. You can actually see tanks over here and you can see artillery pieces. This is on the Chinese side, but in this area there was also a Chinese incursion. They have reduced soldiers on the ground and they've reduced tents on the ground as well. Finally, let's move further south, and the Pangong Lake area that you see over here, it's southeast of Leh, the capital of Ladakh, is where there has not been anything significant to report on at the moment. Why is Pangong Lake important? It is important because there are 186, and I counted this myself, Chinese structures, by which I mean homes that you see over, shelters that you see over there, tents and other structures within a range of 5 to 6 kilometers, which India used to once patrol the Chinese, not allowing us at all. These are those structures that you see in Pangong. Let's go to the next couple of images on Pangong. In one particular area, there's a symbol on the ground with the Chinese saying that, look, this is ours. So as far as Pangong is concerned, at this juncture, there's not really been any move on the ground. But one final point, up till the 14th of this month is when there was a time period given by which time the Chinese were supposed to leave. Hopefully the boundary, the buffer zones between the forces are maintained, hopefully in the future by police forces.